Today on One Door Studios, we have a special interview with Nova McBee, the author of Calculated, because today is a very special day. Join the team and Nova for our weekly Calculated update. All right, guys, welcome to another video. John, Jay, and Nova, today is the day. It's a really exciting day. It's the official release of Calculated to the world. Where's my book? I can't. Oh, here it is. Official release of, oops, I just dropped all my batteries on the ground. Woohoo! Yes, we got the book.
Armed and dangerous.
Yes. Official release to the world. So, Nova, I just want to know, what's it been like anticipating this?
Wow. It's been so exciting. Really a dream come true. It's just, you couldn't ask for something better than people enjoying what you've created and contacting you. I've had so many early reviewers contact me and tell me how much they love my book, and just and countless people say they finished it in a night and then wanted to restart it right away. So that's been just the biggest compliment. And yeah,
you know, so there's been a few of our investors who've had a chance to take a sneak peek at your book, and we're going to mention one in particular later who had something pretty significant to say about it. But tell our audience who hasn't read the book yet, where can they find your book?
Yeah, well, you can order it on Amazon. That's obvious, I think. And then also Bookshop, if you really prefer local bookstores and supporting there. Book Depository, which sends all over the world for free. I have a local place here in Seattle called Third Place Books that you can order signed copies. And I can give you guys that, or you can find it on my website. And yeah, I think you can pretty much order it through any local bookstore.
What is your website?
NovaMcBee.com.
Okay, well you have a sweet superhero kind of name anyway, so that's pretty easy to remember. Nova McBee.
Thanks.
So to use a boxing term, you know, on a big fight night, there's a bunch of undercard fights, you know, or preliminary, lesser named, not as popular contestants, and then there's the main event. And I've just heard today that Calculated, your book, Nova, is the main event for Wise Wolf Publishing, which is launching their young adult or YA genre. How does that feel to be recognized like that? The cream of the crop, the top of the heap.
Wow. It's been amazing. I've felt really honored by them choosing me as their lead title and believing in this book as the way they want to enter the world.
Were you aware? I'm sure you were aware of that. I mean, it's news to me because I don't talk about the publisher much, but did you know that?
Yeah, they pretty much said, we've been looking for a title strong enough to launch this YA imprint, and we hadn't found one until we found yours. And I was like, wow, this is such a cool opportunity. Wow. And you know, the lead publisher, he read it in a night and he was like, I want this book. And then the team read it and they were like, yes, we want this book. And then it's continued in the reviews, you know, people just saying, this book is good. It's phenomenal. And it's just like hearing that, it's like, it's great for an author, a first time author, to hear like, wow, people actually really like what I've created.
You mentioned to me earlier, before the call today, about people constantly contacting you since the book's already out in some hands. Are your emails just endless right now? Yes.
So a few slipped out early, which was pretty fun, actually, because people were like, oh, it showed up at my door. And so they started contacting me. And something that's really awesome is that the audience is men and women. It's totally equal. So one night I'll get an email or a message or social media where a man, or on Goodreads where a man is like, I read your book. It's gripping. I couldn't put it down. And then the next day it's a woman contacting me and like, I love this book. So powerful. And then a teenager contacting me and being like, when's the next book come out? And a lawyer contacting me and saying like, get that second book in my hands now. And people just saying they want to reread it right away. And it's like, as an author, you can't ask for more.
I bet that's just incredible. So I have a question for John, though, because I talked to John on the phone before this interview today. John, you mentioned that you spoke with Paul Bishop from the publishing company yesterday, and he had some things to say about the launch of Calculated. Can you kind of give us a little inside scoop on what he had to say about it?
Yeah. Well, the publisher is WolfPack, and they have this is a whole new imprint, the YA imprint. And so they were searching for the perfect book and had gone through, a lot of YA books out there that publishers ought to consider. But this one, as Nova said, just kind of rolled them. And they're so committed. This new imprint, of course, is going out with a lot of power, and the whole publisher's might is behind this single book in this new imprint that they have. So it's a really big deal for them, and they've had an extraordinary response. They sent it out for critical reviews, and they have never gotten a response on this book as a publisher before, and it's been pretty undoing for them. So there's a lot of excitement, a lot of anticipation that this is in fact going to be get an extraordinary response.
Did you mention
in his words that it will explode?
Did you mention, John, the particular reviewer?
Well, we shouldn't mention reviewers' names because we don't want to get, so I won't mention Kirkus's name. But he has a reputation for real negative reviews, really kind of slashing and burning the author of the book. And this was extraordinarily kind and generous and positive in pretty much every respect. I read it and was really blown away. I kept looking back. This is Kirkus? No, I don't think so. It is.
So, Jason, I had asked you the next question. So we mentioned earlier that we had some investors read the book. And Jason, you sent us an email last night with a screenshot. Can you tell us a little bit about what that was?
Sure, Stephen. Yeah, it's not the only one, but we picked this one out because it was just so fun. Miss Westmoreland, she had a lot to say. Big, beautiful, long response, but we picked out one quote from her. She says, "Just know that this book is an action-packed, major page turner that will keep you on the edge of your seat, wanting to know more." Would you say you've heard that before, Nova?
It's so fun to hear when you work on something so hard that people really love it. And yeah, I've heard that from almost everybody who's read it.
Well, I say then we're doubly proud that we're the smart ones to have optioned the film rights. So here we go. We're going to make an amazing film off of an amazing book, and there's sequels to come. So I know you're working hard on those, aren't you?
Yep. They're coming along great. I love them.
That's awesome. Well, we're going to post that review in a photograph beneath this interview today so people can see. And Nova, just thank you so much for taking this time. I know you got tons of work to do because today's the book launch and you're going to be just inundated with emails, phone calls, all that kind of stuff. So thank you so much for today, Nova.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Congratulations.
Thank you.